Welcome to another Wisdom Wednesday video. So today we are going to talk about how our surroundings can hurt or heal our progress. In this journey after divorce or job loss or both, in my case, that's what happened, both happened at the same time. You want to recover from it, you want to heal from it, and after that, you want to reinvent your life. And that is something generally when you go for therapy or counseling, they talk about healing, recovery, but your life reinvention is all up to you. So I don't do coaching. I don't do, not coaching. That's what I do. I don't do therapy. That's what I meant. I don't do therapy. I'm not a legal advisor. I do coaching. Big focus is to heal the root cause, and not only that, to reinvent your life the way you're supposed to live your life, the person you are meant to be. And if you have been following my journey from the past 1 year, every single day I have the videos, you would see my own transformation is captured in these videos. And my whole point is, me as a normal person, if I could do it, I'm not a guru, I'm not a big shot. If I could do it, you can do it. I used to work in the corporate industry for 21 years, and now I work, I coach people, I help people, I saved marriages, and I coach people to reinvent their life. And that is so fulfilling. It is so very different than what I did in my day job for 21 years. I'm in my 40s, and life can hand you a breakthrough if you're consistent. So, what is an absolute key is your surroundings. So, that is what we are going to dive deep on. I kind of tried to summarize it in my mind in 3 points. So I'm going to cover 3 points so that it's easy for you. You can note it down if you want, because that is going to fast track your progress. I have seen people living in this situation for years, literally years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. Life is short. You don't want to waste the time. So you want to fast track your progress. You want to reinvent your life and live the best life. Make joy your priority. Okay. First things first, so imagine the situation. Say you are in a coffee shop. So I will use my own example, right? So last year, around this time, this is what, June. So I'm talking about last year, 2024, April, May. I used to go to Barnes and Nobles in Ashburn, One Loudon, that is the downtown of Ashburn, and maybe 3 days a week, sometimes 2 days a week. And that really, really helped me to have that surroundings and for me, that worked. For you, it could be something else, where I used to read lots of books. I would get my cappuccino and and I learned so much, and I wanted to do something. I didn't know, and that time, at that time, I still didn't know that I will go all in into my business. I had done 7 other startups. So this one, of course, as you guys know, when I started, there was no plan of doing this as a business. I was just in a survival mode. So I was making these videos as like a journaling videos, hoping that someday it becomes someone else's survival guide. And I'm like so grateful that it is becoming that. But I had no idea if it will or not. Anyway, so it's the energy, right? So when I went to Barnes and Nobles, usually there are lots of younger kids, younger than me. They're not in 40s. Some people are around my age, but they're doing their college homework maybe or something, and people are with their computers working on stuff, and it's that energy that people you're surrounding with, right? So I didn't have people that I'm surrounding with that I knew, but it was like everybody was doing something, and for me, it gave I don't know, some sort of spark. It had that spark in me that, okay, I'm doing something meaningful, right? So because I was looking for a job at that time, I was still thinking like, okay, I used to be a senior director, so I was like, oh, I'll take one step down, I'll become a director so that it's easy to manage things with my daughter. She's 9 years old. At the time she was 8 years old. We have all these plans in our head. And so anyway, long story short, that is the energy I'm talking about. Who you surround yourself with, because based on who you surround yourself with, you will start seeing different things. You'll start experiencing different things. And it don't happen overnight, but day after day, week after week, month after month, it's going to change what you see from a specific situation. So Wayne Dyer once said that I may not say that words exactly, but what it is basically seeing a glass half full or half empty. The way you look at things, the things change when you look at the things differently. I can't imagine. It's like my second favorite quote, and I forgot the exact way I would say it. Oh yeah, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. For example, this is a pen, right? So this is a pen. Okay, you're looking at it just like a pen. But now you look at a pen, you can write a book, you can write hundreds of books, you can inspire people, right? Depending on who you are surrounding with, that energy will make you see the pen in different light. That's what I'm talking about. So that is all about number one. And number two is, I wrote down the points. I'll be honest with you guys so that I don't. Okay. So number two is actually even in some way more important. Your growth needs support, especially in the beginning. When you're just coming out of it, you need people to help you. And a lot of time, I would say that walking out of this type of situation, not walking out, that's not the right word. When you're walking through that recovery and healing, it's like walking on fire. And if you had both situations, you lose your job and marriage at the same time, which happened in my case. I don't know. It's like you are walking on fire at the same time. Maybe the what you are walking on is like, there are, I don't know, the floor is not, I'm trying to think of metaphor. It's not flat. There are thorn. Imagine that you're walking on a thorny bed of floor and there is fire. I don't know. I don't know. It was hell. It was hell. In one word, it was hell. But as you keep walking, it will make you so strong. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Because once you come out of that, nothing can break you. Absolutely nothing can break you. Trust me, trust me, trust me. If you're watching this video, trust me on that. Please, please, please. I may not know you, but if this video inspires you to keep going, oh my God, my purpose is fulfilled. Okay, so in the beginning, you are going to need support from friends and families or whoever is just listening to you, what's happening, all of that, and then you'll be on a hamster wheel. Maybe I was. Same things I kept talking over and over and over and over and over and over. And there were few friends. You'll have those handful of friends. I mean, I had, and I'm so grateful because my family is in India, so they were my lifeline. And I kept talking to them over and over all those things. And some of those friends, not all, could see the potential in me, and they cheered me on from there when I started helping other people. And some believed in me and some didn't. And that's okay, because everybody in life is in a different different journey. They may or may not be able to see what you have to offer. And some people will question you, can you really do it? And some people will try to discourage you, not from the point of view that they don't want you to succeed. Some would do it out of care. They would think that, oh, you might get hurt more. But because all 8 billion of us have 8 billion unique journey, they don't know the Tinder, not the app, the Tinder that is inside you that can start a light, the light that nobody can shut, because that light, at least in my case, came from God. So for you, if you believe in universe, divine, whatever you believe in, something bigger than yourself, even if you're atheist, maybe you believe in something, a version of you that is so strong that nobody can break you. That's what I'm talking about. I name it as inner coach. And from Christianity point of view, if you were to think, it's like the Holy Spirit getting like ignited in you. And because when you have that close relationship with God, and I became Christian only last year, and many traditional Christians may not say that I am, I don't know, fully Christian. I don't know. And this is what I learned. I have to be authentic to myself, and that's what I teach in this channel. You gotta be 100% authentic to yourself, because when you are, that is when, my friends, life becomes so joyful, so joyful. I can't tell you. It's like you can't buy it. You can't. It is just absolutely amazing. I won't change a thing in my past. Nothing. The job loss, the divorce, you know, whatever has happened. Any people behaving whichever way they did, I'm in peace with it all. It doesn't mean that it didn't hurt. It did when it happened. But all of those were necessary for me to be in this version today, for me to feel this way today, right? And that's what I'm telling you, that you will need those support. Uh, but after that, you have to see who are those people who are supporting you, who are encouraging you, and you encourage them too, you support them too. Because what happens is, through that process, and number two, you are going to lose some people, especially, and it will sometime it may hurt, because you will have to release or let go of those people, um, because they are trying to hold you back from the life, the future version of you. Think of you as like a step three thing, right? So you are here. You are here when divorce, all of that happened. You are walking on fire, and you're here. They're helping you. You're helping them, and then you see this is where you want to go, and it doesn't stop. You keep growing. But from here, some will stay here. They're not going to go with you. You have to go here, and you have to release a few of them here with peace, right? And some will understand you, and some will not, because your vision or the calling that God has for you, or the higher power or the divine that is calling you to this life where you can serve more people. You don't have to do something like I did. You could keep serving with the job that you have, but it is more about the values that you have. In my case, that day we actually did an interesting exercise at a meetup. So my values, top three values, are joy, peace, love. And so your values, so that when that aligns with the future version, that who you are serving with, or not serving with, who you are serving to, then you will have a fulfilling life. And when you have a fulfilling life, the people you serve, you will serve them the best way possible. So in my case, I prioritize joy, and that is what I teach people, how to prioritize joy in the little things, right? And that matches with my whole perspective and inner peace, right? So I am cultivating these. And I keep learning all about this, and I keep sharing with you guys, and and this is the one of the most amazing thing that came out of this, the gratitude journal. This is only the first. I'll be writing so many books that I have, and you guys know this from last year. I made most of my videos from sitting here in this chair. This is the gratitude wall. I started in 2024, January 1st, every single day. 3 gratitude there. Some of them my daughter wrote, and some I wrote. Anyway, now getting distracted. So the point, going back to, so some people from step 2, you will have to release with peace. Don't hold grudges. Don't hold like, oh, why did they do it? Accept the fact that it had to be done, because, and you have to make space here, because if you make space, and sometime in between, that in between phase might be discomforting even for you, because there will be that, okay, these people are gone, there are some people still in your life, but there will be new people who are here, so you have to align with that version, and that's what will pull you here. In some way, it doesn't necessarily, we don't move from place to place, our frequency just changes, right? So we are here, then we're here, then we're here, and then, so if you're in the second state, you're here, as some people will stay back, when your frequency moves here, only then you will be connected to these people, right? So the version that you're looking to, the future version, has different people, places, right? So to get to those different people and places and the connections, you will have to release that no longer fits with you. And that could be little, and that is growth. That is growth, my friends, you know. So the final point on that is, as you do that, I offer something to, and again, this is not, I'm not trying to sell it to you. This is literally, this is all purposeful, because I know how, like, you know, I simplified it in a way so that the growth can happen the fastest way possible. There's 3 simple steps. The gratitude, start with gratitude, and then do a little mindfulness, and then the community, gratitude, mindfulness, community. That can get you to the fastest way to that the future version that you're trying to model. The reason is gratitude and mindfulness. Gratitude is like, okay, I am, you know, so I have this coffee in my cup, right? Gratitude is, okay, I'm grateful for this coffee. I drank it. And and in mindfulness, I'm like connecting more of my senses, right? So this is like real the technicality of how our mind works, right? So my subconscious feeling and tasting and all of that, that's going in. So gratitude and mindfulness works in a way that our subconscious get reprogrammed, right? For the little things that normally we are avoiding when we're in autopilot, we're not even paying attention, we're not noticing. So when we you must have heard that when we read something, we retain only 10%. When we write it down, I think around 60%. And when we teach others, we retain 90%. The percentage might be a little off, but the point is, finally, why the community is an immersive experience. And that's why I started the meetup group. It's called Midlife Reinvention Community. You can look it up. There's 70 people already. The group started only 2 weeks ago. And our first event is June 27th in One Loudon for dinner. 3 people going already, 9 people, 9 seats left. So sign up if you want to. There's a reason why these groups are small, because all the people I am trying to bring in this group has to be very intentional, growth focused, and not, you know, some may have already grown, some may have already in a situation that, you know, they are living a joyful life, and some might be walking this path where they would get the help from in the community where everybody is walking towards that light, right? Also, and that's why there's a little fee on those, because we don't want 25 people to sign up. If it's free, that could happen. People who would come to the group may not sync with one another. Also, what could happen, 25 people will sign up, would plan the event at the restaurant for that many seats, and 2 people will show up, right? So those are the things we don't want in this group. It's very intentional, very focused. So if that matches with you, please do sign up, because that the community aspect is going to, you know, it's like a there's a term I refer in corporate world, we used to say hockey stick growth. That is with business, it can happen with people too. The community is where we'll it's like a slingshot. Your gratitude and mindfulness will get you going in the right direction when you are part of the community with the right people, because this talk is all about that, right? So the community, right people, right community can, work like a slingshot for your, the joyful life, the life that you always wanted to create. So trust me on that. So to summarize again, so your first is environment. Next time I'm going to write it down better for you guys. So, because I just had this in my mind today and I had to capture it. So I just wrote down the point. So anyway, so your environment, the energy that emits, it's important that it aligns with who you want to be, not where you are or not where you were. Because if you are right around with all the people, maybe they're going through divorce, but they're just happy being discussing what's sad and what's like, you have to make sure that you are hanging out with some people who has seen the light or who are at least willing to see the light, right? So that is absolute key. Number two, growth requires alignment, not only support. So if you have friends who are supporting you but holding you back, you need to make some space to, you know, to align with your next version. Some people you'll have to release, and this is going to be the hard part because it will be testing your comfort zone, right? It'll be testing your comfort zone. The first one is a little easy because environment, you can switch the environment. Let's say if you are at home, you're feeling sad, you go out to a coffee shop or to a restaurant by yourself with your friends. It's easy. But the second one is I'm talking about those hard connection that you had. Your maybe some of your existing community, you have to release it because of your growth. And some will raise their eyebrows. They'll be like, oh, I helped them, but now they are not believing in what I'm saying. But they can't see your calling. It's not that sometimes we outgrow them, sometimes they outgrow us. It's about your calling. It's not about anything bad, right? And they may not get that you are your point of view, and it is okay. You gotta be authentic to yourself, or else life is gonna be hard and life is short. Okay, so you want to live a fulfilling life. To do that, the second part is absolutely important. The reason I emphasize it so much because that can make or break the rest of your life. Literally, that can make or break your rest of your life, because you can stay stuck in step two for the rest of your life if you are stuck in the wrong company, right? So Jim Rohn once said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. You are the average of 5 people you spend most of your time with. Who are those 5 people in your life? Usually it could be your kids, your boss, best friend, and another interesting point is those 5 people sometimes may not have to be your best friend or the people you have met in person. One of my 5 people is the person I learn and watch from every single day from YouTube. He is a spiritual leader, but he teaches things with a little bit of, I don't know, personal transformation point of view. So that one of mine. But again, for me, it changes every few months because I'm so growth focused. Long story. Anyway, so for you, count who those 5 people are, because the step two is absolutely important, that you are intentional, you are releasing some people if you need to, you are getting in a different community if you need to. All of these are very important. And the third is find your community. It doesn't have to be my meetup. It doesn't have to be you're coming and hanging out here in this community, because this is a community, this is YouTube, it's a movement. I'm gonna keep going, my friends. It's only been a year. This is just the beginning. This is my first book. I have lots of book series that's planned. The first one is coming out before end of the year. I have 3 weekly series. Also, there are daily, and before end of the year, I'll have another series coming out, Bible study with a twist. It's a different type of Bible study. Anyway, long story short, this is just the beginning. So this is a movement. My goal with this whole thing is to reduce the pain, turn the pain into power. It is possible. So many people are living a painful life after divorce or a job loss. You don't have to live there. You live there for a little bit, you get the support, you heal, and then reinvent, reinvent, reinvent. Reinvent your life. If our phones can be upgraded, if our computers can be upgraded, why can't our mind? Ask yourself that question. It's possible. It is possible. And I say it so passionately because I did it. I know it's possible. If a person, I come from a very small town in India. I'm the first engineer in my family. I don't say it to brag. I say it because the place where I came from, how I grew up, if I could do it, you can do it. This country, United States of America, this country, there it is so many things that are so much easier, you know, um, internet, the YouTube, starting a business, teaching, coaching, doing online things, and so much. It's so much easier than many other places. It's a land of opportunity. I know there's a lot of stuff going on with the politics and this is bad, that is good, but you got to focus on what's working. You got to focus on your passion with how you can connect with helping somebody else. I remember when I was working this 21 years of my corporate career, even though I was in a technology management, I always used to think from the end user perspective. And a lot of a lot of companies, the businesses and the marketing, they would tell me, and I'm glad that they said, because at that time I did not recognize. They're like, you're a different kind of IT person, because I look at it, marketing and people, how people would benefit in a very different way than they have seen it. For example, one of the company I worked for, we used to work for FEMA, so FEMA and government, and I used to tell people, my people, I used to motivate them saying that, FEMA, the work we are doing, the system we're building, think of the person who lose their home and then, we are helping them after a hurricane or something. And that is the difference you want to think about, right? So how can you connect that with your own passion? Like I was saying, my passion, my values, joy, peace, love. Imagine if I can bring the joy, peace, and self love to the people who went through the divorce. And this is the beginning, because this gratitude journal, 90 Day to Transform Mind, is about shift your mood, rewire your mind, renew your heart. It came from my own journey. At the time, I had no idea I'll be writing this and printing on Amazon anyway, because our mind stays in the shame and guilt zone, and slowly the questions, the way I designed, I did a lot of research behind it, that slowly it will take you to joy, peace, self-love, right? Your values may be something different. It may not be joy, peace, and self-love. It is okay, but it is the positive emotion. Shame and guilt is the absolute bottom of the frequency level that you can stay in. And peace, joy, love, those are right under enlightenment. So imagine that. So, any of those, if you are in that zone, your days are going to be so much better. You are going to be living a happy life. It's all about maximizing the joyful time, because time is important, but not all the time. Nobody wants extra time when they're sad, they're angry, or things like that, right? It's the joyful time. How can you maximize that? So remember again, environment. Make sure the environment you're choosing, you're intentional. Number two, constantly, not every day, but every few months, you want to see who are those people in and around you. Release if you need to, get in a new community if you need to. Number three, absolutely, absolutely stay engaged with those community that help you grow. You need to get the support to heal and all that, but also you want to surround yourself with who can see the future version of you, who can see what you're capable of, right? Okay, with that, I'm going to finish. And if you have any question, write the comment in the comment, ask me questions. Also, visit my website, midlifemindfulness.co. There's gratitude journal. There's a 15-day version that is free. Check out my LinkedIn. I do articles there too, meetup events. So lots of different things going on, lots of fun things going on. So take care. If not anything, just tell yourself, your inner coach is telling you, you are capable, you can do it. Whatever you have in your mind, you can do it. Good luck.